Encounter is brought to you by the Broome County Council of Churches.
Good morning and welcome to Broome County Council of Churches Encounter program. I'm your host, Dave Alexander. Today, I'm very fortunate to have Gerald Campbell, a singer-songwriter who has taken time out of his busy schedule to be here with us. He's going to talk about his influences in music and everything, and maybe we'll start a little bit about, if you could tell us a little about yourself, and especially you have a couple of new additions to your family.
Yep. Well, I'm a local guy. I grew up here in the area. You know, I graduated from Vestal and still live here today. Okay. A lot of people wonder if I still live here, but yeah, still live here, still local, and started my music career basically when I graduated high school. I mean, I started playing music when I was in middle school, all throughout my school years, but really kind of stepped out into a career doing music once I graduated high school, and that's what I've been doing for like the past 10 years. So I travel the country and I've played every kind of show imaginable: weddings, funerals, arenas, coffee houses, I mean everything. So so it's been a really wild ride, and life is moving like so fast, and now my wife and I, about 5.5 weeks ago at this point, we just had twins. We had a boy and a girl. They're our first kids, and it's been a wild ride so far. So, yeah, it's amazing.
Sleepless nights.
Yeah. We were just saying, you know, before the show started, it's I remember those days where I used to get, you know, maybe like 7 hours of sleep, and that just doesn't happen anymore. So, a couple hours here and there. Yeah. So. Keeps me going.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, why did you choose a career in singing and songwriting?
You know, I speak to a lot of different groups, and I talk about my background and how I got started in music. And really, I got my first guitar when I was in 6th grade. And the weird thing was, like, I come from a pretty big family. Okay, like you know, bunch of aunts and uncles, tons of cousins. And I think I'm the only one out of everyone in my family that plays an instrument. Out of everyone, even in my immediate family. And I don't know what it was, but something inside of me when I was like in 6th grade, like I just wanted to become a musician. It just, you know, really stirred in me. And so I got that guitar when I was in 6th grade and never put it down. I think I took lessons for a couple weeks to basically learn my chords, but I loved it so much that I would play every single day, just lock myself in my room, and I could play by ear, you know, so I could listen to songs on the radio and figure out how to play them, and it just became like my passion in life, you know, and it's been really awesome.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Now, I've read a lot of stuff that you have online, and really play up the fact that God had a big influence in what you do with your music and everything. And maybe you could go into that a little bit.
Definitely. You know, it's funny. People always ask me like what my genre of music is, and I never know what to tell them. I say, you know, it's like singer-songwriter. You know, I'm a guy with a guitar. You know. But people have asked me, like, are you a Christian artist, or, you know, how does that all work? And to be honest, I've never been marketed as a Christian artist. I mean, my whole career, like I said, I've played shows, all kinds of shows, and I was never really marketed as a Christian artist, although I've played plenty of Christian shows. But I really feel like when I stepped out into my career, I really felt up until that point, I was so involved in church and music and church. I mean, those are my roots, really, in music. And that's what I figured I'd be doing the rest of my life. And, you know, I was just going to go out and be a Christian artist and a worship leader. And that was my plan, you know. But right around that time that I started graduating high school, I felt in my heart like God was calling me outside of the walls of the church. Because the only places up to that point that I had ever played were churches. And I really felt God saying, like, Jared, I need you out there. You know, there's so many people out there that need what you have, and I need you out there. And so it was really a really kind of an awkward calling, you know, and I was very reluctant to go with it. But I went with it, and over the years put out a number of CDs, and you know, played, secular venues and played a bunch of shows with, major secular artists too. Journey and these huge bands. Some of the guys that are on the radio now. I mean, and it's been a really cool experience. But I knew that God had a plan. Like He doesn't just call you to something just for no reason. I knew He had a plan, and all along with all the music that I've done, I had never put out a Christian album until just a couple months ago. I put out my first release of all songs completely about my faith and songs that God's given me. Now my other CDs along the way have definitely had my faith involved in them, and listening to my music, I think a lot of people can pick up that what I write about happens. It's my life, and my faith is a huge part of my life, so it comes out in my writing, whether I'm doing a Christian album or not. People always say, you write songs about what you love, and I love God, and I love my wife, and I love, my kids, and so it all just comes out. And so this CD, though, that I put out a couple months ago, was my real first, deliberate album really towards my faith and what God's been doing in these songs and stuff. And so it's called, the name of the CD is called Amazing Grace. And it's I kind of took the Amazing Grace song and kind of applied it to my own life and kind of put my own spin on Amazing Grace. And so figured I'll play some songs for you today. Maybe
I would love to hear a song.
Yeah, we'll play this one here. So so this is the title song off of the CD, and a song called Amazing Grace, and it goes like this. I hope I remember the words. I was just a dead man looking for life. Figured I would find it on the other side. Wandering the earth, never knowing I was blind, just counting days. Never did I stop to think or realize that there was something more that I may come to find. And on the day the veil was lifted from my eyes, my life would change. Oh, amazing grace, you have shown your face, and the love in your eyes came and parted the skies for me. And oh, amazing grace, I'll never be the same. Once my eyes saw the light, I was given the sight to see. Oh, amazing grace, yeah. Oh, amazing grace, yeah. On my own, I know I could not be worthy of the cleansing of my soul, this undeserving love. And there was only one whose death could be enough to cover me. Yeah, but it was in your plan to take my place instead, to bear the punishment that I should have upon my head. And you endured it all to free me in the end. And now I sing, oh, amazing grace, I will sing your praise. For the love in your eyes came and parted the skies for me. And oh, amazing grace, how sweet the sound you make. I could never repay all the love that you gave for me. Oh, amazing grace, yeah. Oh, amazing grace, yeah. Yeah. Amazing grace, sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Yes, and I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Oh, amazing grace, you have shown your face, and the love in your eyes came and parted the skies for me. Oh, amazing grace, I'll never be the same. Once my eyes saw the light, I was given the sight to see. Oh, amazing grace, yeah. Oh, amazing grace, yeah. Amazing grace. There you go.
Very good.
Awesome.
Now
I got a tune-up, so pardon me.
what's the Blue Project?
Well, the Blue Project really kind of ties into what we were just talking about, in the sense of, you know, being called outside of the walls of the church. I never realized, I always wondered, like, God, why would you call me outside the walls of the church? Like, that's where I felt so comfortable, you know. I felt like, you know, that was kind of like second nature to me.
Okay.
But when I stepped out and I started, you know, playing all these other shows and kind of stepped out into more of the secular music scene, my career started to build on that. And like I said, I wasn't marketed as a Christian artist, so I was just kind of out there in the mainstream music and doing this thing. And along the way, my heart really started to get tugged in the direction of really kind of influencing young people.
Okay.
I realized that you know, students, and it really started out with just high school. I realized that high school students were just going through a lot, you know, in life, especially today. Even from when I was in high school, the stuff that they go through today is even so much different, even from what I went through. And with you know, with this whole sense of the struggles that these kids were going through, I wanted to be able to do something to give students encouragement along the way, okay? Like, just encourage them and inspire them. And I didn't know how to do it. All I knew was I had a guitar, you know, and I had a couple songs that had some positive messages. And so I went to a school and asked if I could put on a concert for the students. And I don't know why, but the principal said okay, you know? And it was crazy. I remember we packed all the students into the auditorium. I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew that this was my heart. You know, I knew that to get in front of young people and to share a positive message was really what where my heart was at. And so I played the show. I mean, it must have been like 700 kids in an auditorium, and I had a blast. I think they were all excited just because they got out of class